Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham.
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber.
Hello.
And this is State of Atlanta. Welcome back, guys.
My beers aren't exploding anymore. Hooray.
That's what I was waiting for.
So did you finally finish off that 30-pack from the past 2 weeks so you don't have to worry about that anymore?
Yeah, and it's funny because I went out and got another 30-pack for myself and a couple other things from the grocery store while Laurie was like out somewhere. And then she got home and pulled a 30-pack out of the car she had surprised me with. So I was like, all right, I got 60 beers.
That's love. Let's see how many we can go through tonight. Actually, how many have you gone through already today?
Just like 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going too crazy.
I'm two Tropicalias and 2 Vodkas in already. So
You're drinking some good stuff, Dave. I liked it.
I don't know. I'm drinking. Well, the Tropicalia is good stuff, but yeah. So I drank the Tropicalia I bought. That was the lone thing I did to show support of UGA. It was like, I'll buy Athens beer to watch the game. I had like one of them, and then I moved on to the vodka. So
Did you introduce Tim, or did we just get stuck on me?
Oh, Tim. And Tim Thurber. No, we did the whole thing.
No,
we did the whole State of Atlanta thing too. We cracked the beer and crap. So
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
My bad.
We're all on sexy mics now.
yes,
true.
hopefully we all sound better. This is thanks to our Patreon members. I cashed in the golden ticket and got mics for Ryan and Tim. You would have heard Ryan's last week, and now Tim's this week. Now that he's back, welcome back, Tim. Happy New Year.
It's Happy New Year. It's good to be here.
I don't know if we probably have an episode. You probably
Yeah,
have
it's
a
on
New
a
Year episode as well.
I was like,
I have no idea where we are, when we are, or anything else. All I know is that this basement is absolutely freezing. We did not pay the heating bill in the basement. That's for sure.
Oh, well, wait. Do you even have a vent down there?
No, that's the problem.
Okay.
No, 2 units, but none for this floor. So
Right.
anyhow, all right. A lot to talk about, and let's just go ahead and pull the Band-Aid off. What's going on with this basketball team? That South Alabama game was absolutely brutal last Thursday. Anybody.
I only watched half of it. I missed the second half. I fell asleep.
I think I only watched the second half.
Oh, so yeah, I watched the whole thing between
With our powers combined, Tim, 2 of us on this podcast have watched the whole game.
Most of it between fingers, like you were a kid watching a horror movie. I watched this South Alabama game, and going into it, I really thought that we, especially with Sesame being back, this was going to be our chance to really redeem ourselves. And we didn't look great, but we did take the lead in the first half. I'm like, all right, cool, just build upon this. Spoiler alert, we did not build upon that.
I was gonna say, I think we had like one good run where we looked good, and that was about it. Like, and then the rest of it was all just kind of not so good. David, do you think we've seen enough of this team to say anything about it?
No idea. I'm still holding on to. I don't know enough about this team to know what's going on.
It's gonna be like the last game of the season. We're gonna be like 20% or something. And he's gonna be like, we just don't know what this team can do. Okay.
I'm just waiting for our first conference win at this point.
I know.
Like, when is that coming?
Thursday.
Maybe never.
Think so, Thursday?
Yeah, we're good enough to get a couple wins for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't a consistency, right? I mean, I think one player played all games, maybe. I don't remember who it is, but we haven't had the same team on the floor that often with all of our contact tracing injuries we've had. So I mean, and South Alabama was the first game with pretty much full strength, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna take a couple if we can keep all of the team playing.
Yeah, thank you, Troy State. Thank you, Troy State, for not letting us have one more week to gel. Although I will say, Troy's been looking good up until they had to cancel it against us and the Trash Down South this week. So I'm kind of glad we didn't have to play them. But yeah, we still haven't a chance. We've not seen our real 5 starters start a game. So that's why I say, and until we have some consistency on who is starting the games, I don't know how I can say that I feel like this team is underperforming, overperforming. Oh, they're definitely not overperforming, or whether there's a chance for any kind of redemption. I just have literally no idea what to expect out of this team from one week to the next.
I kind of do.
Yeah, well, you are a negative Nancy, Mr. Pessimism. So you're
No,
going to be like
I've
that.
just watched with my eyeballs, and I've seen a pattern. I've
You
detected
need
a
to
pattern.
watch with your heart balls. That's what you got to watch with.
So what
I've detected a
happened-
pattern, and it's not good.
What happened in the second half that I missed?
Oh,
What's
come on,
that?
you're gonna ask me what happened a
No,
week
no,
ago.
I'm gonna ask Ryan what happened.
Well,
Okay,
they
go over
tried
that.
to shoot the ball a bunch of times, and it didn't go in.
It was
I mean,
a bunch of the same stuff we've seen all season.
Yeah.
You know, we get a steal and we can't capitalize on it, or we rush down the court and take a quick shot and it doesn't fall. Jalen Thomas, I don't know what's going on with that dude. It looks like he's trying to avoid the basket as much as possible. It's got to be mental.
It's got to be in his head at this point, right? Like those were his money shots every game last season. And this year,
he get right up the middle, the little jumper right there in the paint, and it would just drop in. And now he's just bouncing off the backboard or bouncing off the rim. Sosami looked great. Sosami did what Sosami does. That was
energy,
reassuring.
Right?
That was reassuring. I loved that. But otherwise, we looked like hot garbage. I mean, I guess South Alabama's got some big transfer guys that it's not they're a bad team, but we should have the talent to not worry about that kind of game. I knew we should have won that game going into it.
I don't have words for that because I think if we should have won it, we probably just would have. And we didn't play like we should have won it.
But no, we definitely did not play like we should have won it. So what is your take on Lanier at this point?
I'm still fine with Lanier. I mean, I know people have a problem with his coaching style, that he's not Ron Hunter Jr., and he's not going crazy on the sidelines, and he's calm, cool, and collected, and all the players like him, apparently. I'm fine with his coaching style. I'm fine with what he's done so far. I think, this year's another crazy year, just like last year. So if this continues into next year, we got to the championship game last year and we lost in the last 8 minutes.
Right. Which is a very Coach Ron Hunter thing to do. Normally he loses it in the last 5 minutes, but yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Puts it a little more close, but
So I mean, this year, listen, it's the Sun Belt. We should compete in the conference tournament. I don't even care if you put us last seed, whatever. We should be able to work our way through.
That's what Atlanta's known for, the worst to first, right? That's what we do. We don't win a lot, but when we do, we really suck before we do win. So I think that the worst thing about Coach Lanier, outside of just how our team record is right now, is the fact that he's following a character like Coach Hunter. And so we spent so many years getting used to what Coach Hunter was like on the court and in the press conferences and everything. And now you have the polar opposite in Coach Lanier. And you're like, well, that must be the problem. He's not energetic enough. He's not loud enough. He's not comical enough. And that doesn't necessarily translate. You can be, if we had the exact same Coach Lanier on the court and we were undefeated in conference and doing very, very well out of conference, everybody would be like, no one would care how quiet he is or how calm he is or what his demeanor's like. It's the fact that we're not doing well right now.
Are people talking about that? I don't go on Panther Talk very much, and I feel like that's where everybody talks.
They're talking about you on Panther Talk, Ryan.
I know. I'm so famous.
Yeah, they are talking about that on Panther Talk. I mean, hey, we're not paying Lanier to be a comedian or to throw tantrums.
Ooh,
right?
Shots fired at Hunter.
Well, we're not. We're paying Lanier to coach a basketball team and win games. And he's
to develop
so
young
far.
men into athletes and
leaders. Yes,
leaders. Right, exactly.
You guys are ridiculous. You're not. Neither of you are drunk enough. It's clear.
I'm the kind of drunk that I'm never drunk enough until I'm too drunk. Like there's that.
It's like just a switch.
There's that line, and it's not a line that you cross; it's a line you fall off of. It's a cliff. It's a cliff. You fall, and I hit every single branch and other cliff on the way down. No, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. I've got no idea. I know that we're playing App State this Thursday. App's not that. They've been they were. I pulled it up, and now my computer's not working with it. So App is currently 4th in conference with a 4-2 conference record. So and they were obviously our Achilles heel last year. But then Coastal is one step up behind last place who we play on Saturday. Wish we could have flip-flopped those games. I don't know.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned yet.
We're home games. So Ryan, are you gonna brave the cold to come out to G Deck on a rainy
cold,
Thursday?
We're supposed to get snow on Friday again, you know.
Well, the game's on Thursday. So.
I know, but I'm changing the subject and talking about something else now.
Yeah. Don't call me out for not going to my team's games that I live.
No, I mean maybe is there
a 3/4 mile from.
Is there an extra ticket laying around?
There are always extra tickets laying around.
Yeah,
I've got an extra ticket.
There we
go. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Tim, you can be out there. You gonna come? You gonna G Deck it with me?
Probably not G Deck it.
Ah, you little.
Yeah, would love to.
Yeah, make it to the game though.
I think so. Yeah,
I've got to get out
Thursday?
there.
Thursday, yes. Saturday is probably a no.
Saturday, I want to get Saturday's a good day to tailgate, man.
I know. Family obligation, unfortunately.
I could maybe do Thursday.
What kind of obligation do you have on? Can't even do math. Was it the 24th? January 24th.
Of my nephew or something. I don't know.
Oh, that kid
I'm
won't.
signed up.
What kind of math is that?
That kid won't even know if you're there or not.
Probably not. You're right.
Yeah, no. I'm looking forward to get back in the sports room. This is our last season there. I want to get out there and enjoy it, and hopefully see the team spring back, rebound. Oh.
Yeah, I mean 2-2 would make us mid in the conference standings, right in the middle.
Let's get that one conference win, and then let's start worrying about where our standings are. Let's just win. What is it right now? We've got
we're last right now.
We're last. We're last. We have no conference wins. Coastal has one. Trash Down South has one. So we could yeah. And so I guess that means that Trash Down South is playing Coastal on Thursday. So a battle of the one win. Oh, actually, Little Rock only has one win too, but they're all the way up in what was that 6th place, 7th place? Because they only have one loss.
I would think the team's gonna get up to play App, especially after the championship game.
But hell, App had our number last season. What, we won 1 out of 4 matches with them or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
1 out of 3? No, 1 out of 4. We played them twice up there, twice down here. No, that's not right. Yeah, that was right. Twice up there, twice down here, and then once in the championship. So we went 1 for 4, 1 and 4.
Yeah.
I hope they get up for it. They better get up for it. I'll be up for it. My $1 concessions.
They still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got rid of. Well, I haven't seen the leftover salads from campus, which they had the first week or two of games.
Yeah. Down on that salad.
What I think is hilarious is every time you talk about the dollar concessions, I say the same thing and you say the same thing back.
Well,
I don't
at least
think
we're consistent.
I do it on purpose now.
Well, at least you're consistent. Katrina asked, "We'd like to go tailgate on Saturday. Is there a pack?" I think the pack events were supposed to be for all the Saturday conference games. So yeah, maybe I need to get on early so I can tailgate the pack event.
You got an extra ticket to the pack event?
Yeah, you know me, man. I got you covered. I might could go
to that.
Just walk in and say Tim Thurber. They'll let you in everywhere.
I probably have access to the pack. I think I donate enough money.
Yeah, but you don't buy season tickets to basketball, so I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
Also, it's Georgia State, so literally you just walk in there and say, "Hey, let me in," and they'll be like, "Cool, dude, you're in."
I'm here for free beer.
Yeah, the guy that provided all the beer here says I can come in. Thank you, Mac.
That's true. I don't know. It hasn't worked. I didn't get invited to the suite.
I never get invited to suites. I just show up into them.
I thought the pack suite was supposed to be like a perk for people that were like, I don't know, in the pack.
I don't know. I just show up and go in.
I was denied one time. I actually got
shouldn't say that.
denied.
I should not say that because people are going to walk up and just like walk. Actually, you and I were both denied once, right?
Yeah,
we were both denied, but I think we'd gotten a bunch of people in ahead of us.
Yeah, but Chris is like way smaller now. We could take him.
But the two of us.
The two of us, yeah, not one of us
but
by ourselves.
But they were in an enclosed suite area, and when the security comes, like around 3rd and a half quarter, they'll escort us out. That's the great thing about Georgia State. One of the great. Well, if you're going to be part of a fan of a small program with a crap record, at least you can have the run of the place when you go inside the stadiums and the
Yeah, you got
arenas.
a crash pack suite.
Exactly. Except for baseball, right, Tim? Baseball does not seem to be as accommodating to us.
You said it's free.
They want to kick you out.
I got a talking to.
Oh yeah, but because you were mocking. I mean, you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to heckle in baseball.
Exactly. Baseball is a sport in which you're the whole like the players are supposed to like taunt each other on the field. Like
Yeah, there's all kinds of chants and stuff.
Yeah, like as pitcher's got a big butt. I watched that movie when I was a kid.
Was that the Sandlot?
Not Sandlot, the one with the kid that got the arm. The kid ended up being an American Pie, and he's like, "Pitcher's got a big butt. Pitcher's got a big." That's a good movie.
Sandlot's the only kid baseball movie I know.
What was it? What was it called?
Sandlot.
No, not that one. Anyhow, doesn't matter.
We talked about this. It's Sandlot.
Sandlot's a good movie. I'm not discounting Sandlot. It's a good movie, but I'm trying to think of the movie that I'm thinking of. He got the. Anyhow,
riveting conversation.
There was a thing that I don't know if we talked about it last week. Ryan, we talked about the changes in the rules for the NCAA on what vaccinated means. We talked about that last week.
We did.
Oh, cool. Then that means I can say, Tim, what do you think?
Hopefully it's good. I don't know.
Well, it's
good.
You don't have to sell for 10 games or 10 games,
right.
10 days.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
10 games now.
We would never play.
Like, it's gonna be like Lanier out there taking tip off.
No, I'm all for it. I mean, it helps the players get back up and playing again sooner. And isn't there another rule change about if you have COVID, you're considered vaccinated, or am I making?
I saw something else. Like there's like now if you're not boosted, you're no longer vaccinated or.
No,
but
if you had it within 90 days, you're considered.
Yeah, so I'm just saying
vaccinated.
like everyone just test positive and get through a week and just go on, and now that'll cover you for the rest of the season. You're set.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire March Madness and everything, which of course we're making it too.
Clearly.
Right?
It's cricket.
I really think we could make it. It's the Sun Belt. I'm really not scared.
I love your optimism because I still have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know what you could point at to make the case that we could make it.
I had the same optimism last year when we were at Dumpster
Well,
Fire.
it only takes 3 games. Takes 3 games in Pensacola is all it takes. You win 3 games in a row. Is it 3? Win 3 in a row in Pensacola, and you make 3 or 4, and you make it into the tournament. That's all it takes.
But it's against a bunch of teams that are better than you. It's 3 games against 3 teams that are better than you.
No, it's 3 games against teams that have a better record than you,
and have probably beaten you in the regular season.
Well, when we walk in 0-18, yes, I agree.
Can we? Do they take all the teams?
Yes, they're all going.
Okay.
Throw everybody in there.
I hate that. You should be able to miss it.
Well, I think if we continue expanding the conference, if we get to so what going to be how many teams going to be 14 with football?
14, yeah.
And then people wanting 16. If we go to 16 teams in basketball, I say definitely cut it down to 10 or 12.
Yeah, I would cut it to 10. Stop there.
All the East teams minus trash down south, and then like the West winner. Right?
That seems fair. I mean,
all right. Ethan says to tank now to get them off their guard, then destroy them in the tourney. Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's what's happening right now.
It's the same strategy that Coach Hunter did against Georgia down in Cozumel or wherever the hell
just
he
on
played.
A grander scale.
Exactly. It works so well against in a 1-game situation. Let's just take it for an entire conference. Conference schedule.
We're better. We could probably beat Dukes and Kentuckys and all that. So we're just playing down. We're good. We're missing on purpose, but we're making it look like we're trying.
Don't show your hand right now. Jalen Thomas actually would have made all of those shots if he wanted to. He just decided to. Yeah,
he's holding them for the championship.
That's right.
And Sosami was actually healthy the entire season. He never had a problem. He just was like, I'm working on my. I think like his GPA is like 5.0 or some crap. He was working on school stuff. He's like, hey guys, let me finish this up, and then when I get around to that whole basketball thing later on in the season, we'll be good to go.
And he's feigning the injury at the end of the game, where he looks really tired. He looks like he's hurting.
He's like, "Don't look, App. My leg's not hurt. I promise." Ethan, they're shooting at a different hoop hidden in the fourth. Yeah, it's like the whole rock and jock thing that MTV did. They're going for like that 25-foot basket to get the extra 8 points.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Explains everything. That was a dumb conversation. All right, are we done with
People tune
basketball?
in for our dumb conversations. All right, that's our shtick. That's our thing. That's our strong point.
All of our conversations are dumb. I don't think we've ever had one intelligent conversation outside of actually like having Devin Mitchell on here talking about basketball.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's like,
I guess when Ben's on, but it's not really a conversation. He just sort of goes.
Yeah, it's more like it's like in presentation mode where I should just put him on the main screen and we're all just sitting there pontificating, listening, hanging on every word that Ben says. Yeah, but I know. Love you, Ben. He's a good guest. He's fun. He knows his stuff, but he's been around the block enough doing the whole press stuff that he just knows how to keep on talking until someone says stop.
Yeah, that's probably right.
So,
so I'm the positive one for this poop season so far. You guys are.
I think you play the positive angle. Ryan's negative, and I'm ambivalent. I just don't
know. I just can't figure it out. I just don't know.
I went from being so positive about going into the football season, and then that started off the way it did and ended the way it did. I'm rolling that into basketball. I've got no idea. We lose the first half, and then we just kick ass in the second half. Who knows? It's Georgia State.
That felt like a segue.
Hey, let's talk about football stuff. We had a promotion from within.
Yeah, all right. New offensive coordinator.
Is it new when it's just like, I guess it's still new, right? It's kind of like
he's a new offensive coordinator.
It's like when you buy a used car. It's new to you.
Yeah, it's new to me.
It's new to me, right? Yeah. So we have the 2014 Hyundai Sedona or Elantra. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
It'd be a little nicer, couldn't it?
Oh, sorry, Kia Sedona. I own a Kia Sedona. So I can say it because I own a Kia Sedona. Coach steps up to be the
way to just take Tim's joke and like make it your own.
Honestly, I did not mean to do that. So before we came on, Tim messaged that something along the lines of stepping up would be a good episode title. And I swear to God, when I said step up, I was not thinking of that because vodka and beer.
Just a total thief. It's okay. It's okay. We all know now.
I'm the one that
won't give you any gold beforehand.
I'm the one that does all the crap after this shit, so I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
So when we beat App this year, instead of taking the stairs, I think that's their tagline. We'll say taking the step.
Take the step.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Is it? They say that they say take the stairs. Is that an App thing?
Yeah, that's one of their taglines.
Take the stairs.
I don't get it.
Because I don't know.
It's not lazy.
Take the escalator, man. Why not take stairs?
It's like if you're on the elevator, it's lazy. So let's take the stairs because it's like hard work. I don't know, man.
I never heard that before. I didn't know that was a thing they say.
Yeah, App State seems a lot cooler than that saying.
Oh yeah, the team that's all about being hot.
Okay, you know what? That commercial is grand. I love it. Okay.
That is like the most like TV commercial promo
early
ever.
90s local TV.
Like, oh my God.
It's amazing.
Do you think that if you had gone to App and like what would be your reaction, or how would you feel about that if you were an App alum?
No, I love it as not an App alum, so I imagine I would love it then. To me, it's akin to I wear my sunglasses at night with the Coach his face?
Coach Curry.
Yeah, with Coach Curry. It's a very similar, like cringe, but like so cringe it actually is good.
So that was my question though. Is like, so there's things people make fun of a lot of teams I support, and there's some of the things that I kind of like it hurts, and other things I'm like I just really couldn't care less about. So Tim, like if you were an App State fan and someone tries to say hot, well, like what is your like response to that? Are you kind of like, yeah, that was an embarrassing moment, or like F yeah, hot, App State kicks ass? Well, what would be your take on that?
I would look at them strangely.
Why do you think I'm an App State fan?
No, I mean, it reminds me of some commercial. I can't remember which one though.
Like the Wolfman. Well, you weren't even here for that.
No, I was here for the Wolfman.
You heard the and Donna Wolfman.
That's
and
what
Donna?
I went Wolfman and Donna in my head because it was just like really crappy '90s local TV.
Yeah, it's like all the furniture commercials and the car dealerships. Yeah. So anyhow, Coach Stepp, now offensive coordinator. What do you guys think about?
Big step up, huh?
So he has been offensive coordinator at the high
Nice one,
school
Tim.
level. It's a step up at the high school level. So it's not like he's never done the job before, but obviously at a D1 college football program, it's different. But he's been here. He was one of, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of Coach Elliott's original hires. So he's been on the program the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, so my thoughts on it are, what?
No, it's fine. Go ahead with it, Tim. Appreciate it.
Oh, so I didn't know you asked Tim specifically. There was such a gap there. I had no. I was just trying to fill it. All right.
Tim, go for it.
Heyo.
We'll get. What's the Wardolph guy, the old guys and the Muppets? We'll get Ryan's take later on.
That's fine. I'm done. All right. I'm done. Tim, you go. You just answer the damn question. All right. Hey, Tim, if you want to answer, just answer. Okay.
He's gonna keep doing that until you say something.
Just go ahead, Tim. Answer the question.
I mean, I was gonna say you saw how well we're Southern to promote someone head coach that was a high school coach, right? So, at least we have someone that's getting a little experience under their belt here already, and then promoting within. I don't know. I think.
Do you think that this was locker room common knowledge early on, which is why we saw Pickney and McCoy taken off into the portal when they did, knowing that most likely that offensive scheme is not going to change at all. It's going to be a run first offense.
Well, I think we knew even without anyone leaving, we were just probably going to continue doing this next year, right? I mean,
yeah.
What was going to change? Hey, this offense is really working against all the Sunbelt teams.
Well,
let's do something different.
Yeah.
All
right, Ryan. Ryan, you can talk now.
What? Oh, you want my opinion now? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I said you can talk now.
I mean, what I was going to say is like, I just didn't think very much of it. Like, I don't really have very much opinion, I mean, maybe Stepp was involved in the offense before or something. And that's a good reason to do this, but I don't know. It's not very exciting, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be, it might still be a good hire. I just don't have a lot of thought about it at this point. We'll see.
Yeah. So part of my take about it was I liked to dig on Lafayette any chance I get. And they promoted from within to go from, I think it was OC to head coach when Billy Napier took off to, where'd he go? Florida. He went to Florida. So I like making fun of them. Like, haha, you guys can't even find a quality candidate, so you had to promote from within. And so I kind of have to be the same position with us. I hope it's good. I think Coach Stepp was he was coordinating or recruiting coordinator.
Yeah.
So he's had the most connections with all of the recruits. I think this is a way of keeping some guys on board that they've been talking to, but even guys that we don't even know about yet. I don't hate it. It's not sexy. It's not fun, but that's kind of position we're in. That's where you have to go. You have to go with what you know, right?
We're not sexy or fun.
We're not. All right. That could have been a good episode title.
Trent Miles always surprised me with his hires, though. Like, I feel like there were always splashes. Like, every single one where it was like, how did we recruit that guy? Like, how is he here?
Oh, yeah. We had an offensive coordinator that was actually at the beach during games and not calling plays at all.
Well, so besides that guy, we had the wide receivers coach from the Lions,
right?
Who was our wide receivers coach, and then I don't know who else.
Yeah, I can't remember about that. I've killed.
I feel like there were a number of them that just like really stood out as very quality, and it was like, what the heck?
Maybe a defensive coordinator.
Minter was our DC though.
Minter, who has gone on to have a legit career. I mean, like I think he's still at Vandy right now, right?
You know what? I don't know. I think he went No, wait. Did Miles go to the Eagles? Somebody went
Miles
to the Eagles.
Miles
right?
was
yeah.
Eagles, and he's since left the Eagles, and now I think he's working with like Boys and Girls Club or like a charitable youth program, doing something developing kids that way. But yeah, Mentor was like maybe like that kind of guy that we maybe should have promoted from within.
I would
I don't
been
know.
all over that.
Oh, really, Tim?
Yeah. No, I mean, our hire is not sexy. You're right. It's an internal promotion. Hopefully it works out. I mean, I don't know, maybe he'll change up the offense.
There's no chance.
No, he's not gonna. I mean, they didn't want to, and then again, like David was saying, they hired somebody who's in this offense already. It's not gonna change. So,
And I think Coach Elliott said he didn't even want to change it up. So
that's what I
the
just said.
question is going to be going into the spring training and everything, spring camps. Granger, McKelly, and this Memphis transfer, Keelan, I can't remember his last name right now, but I'm going to see what happens there. I don't know.
We're going to double down on the run.
No doubt about that. Tucker Gregg's going to be loving this. Tucker Gregg's going to be absolutely, and Jemias have got to be loving this whole thing, right? So,
maybe. Sounds like
maybe.
Tucker gets tired.
Do you think we would have had people like? Let's just pretend there's no transfer portal, right? It's not easy. Do you think we would have seen people kind of doing the old school transfer out, or do you think the transfer portal has made it super easy to just say, they're not running the offense I want, I'm out?
That's the purpose of the transfer portal, isn't it? I mean, that's the whole reason why it's there, is to make it easier for everyone to it's free agency for college football.
You'd have to
right?
ask the NCAA why they did the transfer portal. I don't know.
Probably because they were scared of the blue
Everything.
chips leaving and forming their own college football thing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Could be.
Ryan, do you have any insight on that?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I saw
I mean, my insight is I'm glad it's easier, so I don't really. I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. I'm glad they can leave if they want to leave.
And you should be able to. I don't disagree with that. I think it's ridiculous that, when you're trying to say these kids are there to get an education first and play sports second, it's obviously not that kind of case. But if it was, then yeah, as a non-athlete, I can transfer to colleges whenever I want to go to where I think is the better program who lets me in. So you should be able to do that. I just I think it's up to the coaches and it's up to the community of the college to convince these players this is where you need to finish your career. We want you to be here.
Right.
That's why I felt Pinckney is like that one hurt.
So right now you got to keep on recruiting. You know what I mean? Like even if they're in the program, you just got to continue showing love and making sure that they feel welcome here and that this is their family. And if you don't, then they can dip out.
Yeah, I want everyone who wants to play here to play here. And if you don't want to play here, then obviously the transfer portal is open to you. But I want you to want to play here as well, because
absolutely.
Yeah. So best of luck to everybody that's taken off, but sure wish you would have stuck around.
I mean, I guess the good news is the receivers that are still here, one or two of them are going to have the lion's share of catches when we do throw the ball,
And Granger has a full off season to figure out how to throw a ball as a quarterback. So
yeah, well, and if Granger is our quarterback come next year, come the time season starts, we got a bigger problem.
If Granger's our quarterback come next season, I bet there's a bunch of Tar Heel fans licking their chops to come down to Atlanta.
Yeah. There was a good conversation in our Patreon chat about like who the next up would be in wide receiver, and we threw out a bunch of names that felt really good. I thought I was like, oh shit, I mean, I feel pretty good about this. Like we have some depth at wide receiver, we can take it, but it was
and cool names too, like Thrash.
Yeah,
awesome name.
Yep.
Cradle. He
Cradle.
Can cradle that
Cradle's
ball right in there. Yeah. Awesome names. I like it.
Yeah.
As Ryan starts a statement and then goes into mute. Excellent.
I didn't start a statement.
You brought up the Patreon chat conversation about whatever. Okay.
Yeah, and then we finished it. We talked about all the players that we talked about and that there was good depth.
I feel this has been a fast 35 minutes. Really, really fast. Couple of small things more. The sign went up today for the bowl win.
Can we take down the bowl appearances now?
Or take down the Tennessee win on the other side of the
I'm
big
actually
mural?
more okay with that than we just showed up at a bowl game.
I'm okay with bowl appearances.
I feel like
No,
at
that's
some
a
point,
participation trophy.
if we keep winning, they'll have to take them down because there's
That's
no
right.
reason to leave them up there.
They'll run out of room.
Well, I agree that as we win more, they take those down. We've got a finite amount of space on that board, but I'm
full,
fine with
right?
now. Hell, we've been in bowls. We've been in more bowl games in our short career than teams that have played football 4 times as long of us has ever like scratched the surface of. So I'm
And
fine
I think
with that.
with the number of bowl games that there are, that says a lot more about those other teams than it does about us.
You got to fill it up some way. I'd rather,
No, you don't. You got to fill it up with wins. That's how you got to fill it up.
You got to fill that board up. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have a bowl appearance than a blank space. I'd rather have a bowl appearance than still harping on a win against Tennessee. What, 3-4 years ago now?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was a big win.
I'm fine with them having the appearances for now. Once we win too many of them, get rid of them. Right? You got to look at the way they were probably thinking. Like, well, we don't know how many times we're gonna get bowls.
So, like, if
But
the
it still
Braves,
looks empty. They didn't fill it up. It looks empty still.
in the 90s, in the 90s, had the Braves won all those World Series they had been in, should we have just gotten rid of all the divisional championships and the NLCS championships and everything?
Those are championships. What are you talking about, Wop?
Though.
They won championships. If we won a Sun Belt championship, I would expect it to go up on that board.
That's a very good argument, and I got no response to that at all.
All right. It'd be like putting up a World Series like appearance, though. I guess that's
I
sort
don't
of
like
what
that. Well, we did that. The Braves did do that first year that I lived in Atlanta, 91 or I think it was 91 when they made it to the World Series after going worst to first, and we had a parade just for being like an attendance trophy. Like we were there, we went. I got out of school. I think my first year in school in Georgia because the Braves went to the World Series, not won it, went to it.
Tim, did you guys do the Bulldogs one in Athens?
No, we didn't go to the parade. We just went to the national championship instead.
Did what?
We're just at the national championship. Yeah, just
no. I was
there.
just wondering because apparently they had. I mean, they filled the stadium up. They did. They went. Yeah. So
going to that national championship game, I was sitting there watching. It was great, first of all, but I was like, man, I wish we had something even remotely close to this, or all the fans they had. I'm like, can we just have 1/20th? I don't know.
1/20th? That fills our stadium.
We might have that.
1/100.
That packs our house for sure. Yeah. So Tim, you sent something out today about ACC was the reason why the college football playoff rejected expansion for now.
Yeah,
I didn't read it, but you sent it, so let's talk about it.
It basically, like the way the system is now, it gives them more opportunity to get into the playoff. 4
teams in the college football playoff does not give the ACC enough chances to get into the college football playoff.
No, and they only send Clemson. That's it.
It's the only team that's ever made it, right? And
right.
Was it
so
twice?
Technically Notre Dame, but they're like weird. It's
but
debatable
Notre Dame
whether
already
we
has
count
their
them
way
or
in.
not.
Notre Dame already has their way in. They already have their own rule. There's already that own rule for Notre Dame in the college football playoff. If they win so many games or rank so high or whatever it is, they already have their way in.
Wait, what?
There's always a Notre Dame rule. There's always a Notre Dame rule.
Well, I was going to say no, but my point with Notre Dame was that they are quasi ACC,
and they should just go ahead and be full-eye ACC.
Yeah. But I mean they're not. So I mean I wouldn't count it. I would just say Clemson's the only one that made. And apparently, so I don't know if it said it in that article, but I read a different article like a little while back that about the same thing. And apparently, if they had been like a 12-team playoff last year or the year before, Pitt would have gone as with Clemson. It would have been Clemson and Pitt. So they would have had multiple bids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Like you said, like there's no way limiting the number of seats at the table will increase your likelihood of putting somebody in one of those seats. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I didn't read the article. I've read a lot of stuff about the college football playoff expansion, but I don't know. Tim brought it up. I wanted to get Tim's take.
Tim takes.
Oh, Tim takes. That could be a segment. Tim takes.
Oh,
I like
geez.
that.
Wow. I just think the ACC is scared with like all the teams joining the SEC, and this is their way of kind of pausing things. I think they're having obviously a down season. Clemson's not as good. You know, they don't want to expand.
Big 12,
they want to be in the mix.
Shouldn't Big 12 and the Pac be more concerned about that than the ACC?
I think the ACC is always concerned in the shadow of the SEC.
Yeah, so it's basically the SEC and Big Ten playoff championship, and then everyone else is vying for a chance in.
I mean, I would think the SEC would be the conference that wouldn't want it because, I mean, they send like 2 teams every year to a 4-team playoff and love it, you know? I mean, it's...
Now they'll send 6 to 8.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting that there were the talk was about not wanting to expand it. They were wanting to limit it to the P5 champions and a +1 versus just the top 6 conference champions. And I thought it was interesting because, like, oh wait, so we're actually letting the big, which one was it? The Big Ten's a crappy one. The Big Ten, like they're still considering them a Power 5 conference. I'm like, no one really thinks that right now. I mean, it could be. We'll see what happens when everybody moves. But
Big Ten's not crappy. What are you talking about, man?
Big
That's
12.
Like Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State.
Whichever one that whichever one Texas left. I can't remember which one it is.
Big 12.
Big 12.
Yeah, that one. But I don't know. Just the fact that they're still considering that conference to be a power conference after losing what was the reason why they were a power conference.
Yeah, but now they have UCF and Houston,
and Cincinnati
to replace.
It's the AAC.
I still like top 6 conference champions and then 6 at large. I think it makes a lot of sense.
I like it. I wish they would have figured out how to get the ACC to get on board, but I mean, at the very worst, the deal expires in 2026. So if they're not getting their way now, they'll get their way as soon as the deal expires.
I'll be pushing my 50s when we get a chance to get in there.
No. 2025.
2025. That's when it's going to happen, for sure. All right, guys. I think we beat this one to death a little bit. Let's go ahead and head on to last call and talk a little more shit.
Cool.
Nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for Ryan and Tim for listening to me, which is the most important thing of the show.
Oh boy.
We're gonna head over to last call and talk a little bit more, drink a little bit more, talk a little bit more candidly, which means the F words will be flowing a little bit more. You can find it on patreon.com/State of Atlanta. It is free. If you choose to join our Patreon, you will get it early access, as long as access to our private group chat, which also thanks to a couple of new Patreon members this week for joining. Appreciate that. Provides the mics, which makes us sound better, not say anything better, but sound better.
That's
and
right.
Discounts on merch and all that kind of crap. Thanks for joining. Consider joining. Thanks for joining. For those that have. Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, a few vodkas in.
David's having a rough go of
Make
it.
sure you hit that subscribe button.
It is cold down here. My feet are freezing. And yes. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Good time. And we'll talk to you guys after a couple of wins over the Carolina schools. And we'll talk to you on Tuesday. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.